Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 15 of Let's Play American Truck Simulator Star Legion Truck. In the last part, we delivered some goods down to, I believe, I want to say we came to Austin, but I feel like we didn't. Oh, I got it on one. We leveled up to level 8, got ourselves another long distance, and we got ourselves some levels for we got some new. Ooh, we can get flatbeds now. Let's have a look. Can we actually buy a flatbed? I don't want to. I want to save my money for. Let's you know, I want to have a customizer of this. We've got 63 Gs. Can't customize you. Can't do anything with you. We can make it a 28 feeter for 19 grand. I'd probably try and keep it at, you know. I'd probably have the. I don't know which is better. Media. I don't know which wheel space is better. We'll go with this one for change. Oh, we can't actually do anything but make it a. Oh, okay, I'd make it black then. Oh no, we'd make it white, wouldn't we? We'd make it white to sit with our thing. Is there anything we can actually do to it apart from the wheels? So we could pay 36 grand for this. I mean, I'm not going to, not yet, but that's definitely in the. It's a future option. Let's have a look at the horizontal dumper. So we can do that dumper. I don't see why that is more expensive, but yeah, I'd probably just go the horizontal, you know. Could get a 40 feeter. That's nice. Unfortunately, still can't do our own custom color in it, so it'd just be crystal white. I mean, we can add that. But loads of value right there, you know. Yeah, there's not much we can really do to these, but again, another 58 grand, we're not buying that. You know, it's a bit too expensive right now. But let's get ourselves on the cargo market and see what we can find from Austin. We've got a job north. We don't want to go north. We want to go somewhere new. McAllen, 17 grand, 7-hour drive. Let's do it. We are going to need to get some petrol, / diesel, / whatever we put in this thing. Whichever one it is, that's what we need. All right, off we go. Now, I'm wondering, can I get out over here? We're going to probably have to rest during this job.
Recomputing.
Yes, we can get out here. Okay, and then I'll go out this way. Thank you. Take this beautiful Freightliner of ours and get out of here. How long is it to the job? That's the real question. So we got, 12 minutes to the job. That's easy. We are, our truck is not in the best technical state. If we get lucky, this job will hopefully boost us up close enough to level 9. That will, level 10 shouldn't be too far away. So that's kind of what we're saving our money for now, is level 10. Get in that beautiful, beautiful sleeper cab. Get a turn here. Turn good old left, as Raspy Doug said. Pull over the train to the outside lane, and we're going to probably try and get this job done nice and quickly, and then explore. I'm probably going to try and get right to the south, try and find a job that's. I might even take be willing to take a really bad job if I can get this most southern city, because I've never been. I don't think I've actually been able to get that in my own playthrough. There doesn't seem to be many jobs that go there that pay well. So on that one, I've never really had a good chance. But in this one, given that I don't care how much we get paid, as long as we get paid a decent amount. You know, as long as we're not, getting ripped off, I don't mind.
Exit now.
I forget that America, you don't actually do that. That's an English thing, sorry. Not even a European thing where you indicate left to say, sorry, right would be in the...
Straight.
You indicate the way of the roundabout and then indicate off when you need to go off, so you know that people know you're staying on the roundabout or getting off the roundabout. You know, it makes it for less mistakes or less people cutting you off. At least that's what's meant to be, and it doesn't happen. The amount of people who still cut each other off is pretty high, I'd assume.
Get ready to turn left.
Let's just keep powering through. Going into plug to go pick up some... Oh, no, we're not. We're going here. I thought we were going to go through there. A truck just had a little bit of a moment there. It was like, wait, are we stopping or not? I don't know. Let's get, let's do what they do in F1. Get your tires warmed up.
Now drop the load and go.
Right, which one are we taking? So we're taking the household appliances. 17 grand for a 7-hour stint. And you actually want me to go... Oh, good. Oh, wait, no. I've just realized. I was about to say, oh, easy side parking. I was like, no, that's not the easy parking, is it, Joe? Because you're on the wrong side. So we're gonna do a quick little turn here. I would like to go in. I'd like to actually have an easy, you know, go in. Oops. A little bit more than I meant to there, but it's fine. Diff lock with this? Right, I have fucked this up a little bit. Okay. I like how I said I didn't want to do blindside turning, and my brain's just like, well, here's some blindside turning for you, Joe. Fucking dumbass. Sorry about this, guys. I really am stupid. This was an absolute mess up of a pickup. All it matters is that it goes green. Doesn't matter where my truck is. Green. Only took me a little bit longer than it should have. Right.
Okay, here we go.
Let's get out of here. So, we have got 8 hours and a minute till we need to rest, and we have 7 hours and 2 minutes on the clock. We do need to get some gas, so we're gonna go get some petrol up here. So diesel up there. We should 78 miles. We should be able to make 78 miles on the tank we've got.
Get ready to turn
Worst case scenario, we don't, and we have to pay the fine. You know, that we have to pay the repair guys to come out and drop us some fuel. Either way, we will be stopping at that exact place where I've dropped the pin. We do not have a choice. Because even if they give us some petrol, I don't actually know how much diesel they give. Actually, it's...
turn right.
Oh, right, diff's on in it. I forgot I put my diff on. I wish diff automatically came off sometimes, your diff lock. But at the same time, I guess it doesn't, because, you know, it wants to make sure it's on until you need it. So it's that little button. There's a little button down there with my diff lock. Going a little bit.
Go straight.
Thought the speed limit came a bit higher up here. Apparently not.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
I don't actually know which. I don't know how you use an American roundabout. I'm just gonna do what I do best and wing it.
Turn left.
See a lot of trucks with empty loads these days. That's one thing I never think. I'm pretty sure never used to really be that common was empty load trucks. That you don't. I also don't think you ever see really any trucks without a load anymore. That seems to be very uncommon now too. There we go. Now up to 50, so we can really get rocking. Yeah, we'll be there pretty much before. I think we'll get there just before we need to sleep, and then we'll pretty much need to go straight for a rest at the end of this part. Well, we also should be getting some money for our from our worker. I think she was finishing a job in an hour, so should have finished her job by now. I don't really want to check the money just yet. I'd rather check the money when I know we've got some money to check, you know? That he's gonna pull away from us, definitely. He's got no load, no weight. Yeah, we need to be in behind him anyway, so it's all good.
Go straight.
Is that a gas? No. Even if it is, we're not going there. I've set a place to get gas. We're going to get gas where I said we're going to get gas. Let's not make this more complicated than it needs to be. Come on, lights. Go green. No. Damn it. Loss of momentum is a real problem. Especially when you're driving a truck that only has 120 gallons in it. Come on. Our truck is beautiful though, so no complaints here. We've got the beautiful Freightliner. We'll have the 2020 interior as soon as we get to level 10. Sorry, 2022 interior, because we're going to be getting the better one. We got a lot to pay for at level 10.
Turn left.
You a Freightliner? Yeah, I thought you were. Two beautiful Freightliners sat right next to each other. Absolutely gorgeous trucks. That's a very nice truck too. Is that the Kenworth, I think? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's a Kenworth. Oh, that'll be my go. Pay attention, Joe. Pay attention. All right, we'll rocket down the highway. I think this is. That is one thing I need to figure out. If highways and interstates are the same thing, or if they're two separate things.
Left, and then exit left.
Either way, I'm gonna call it a highway until I figure it out. Let's barrel down the highway. Gonna get ourselves to a brand new place.
Keep left.
Well, of course. Ooh, that's a good thing. I didn't look. Question marks. Are we going to be able to get any? We could go into Corpus Christi, but we'll go that way. May as well get that on the way. But for the most part, yeah, we're not going to waste our time going to Corpus Christi. We'll go to Corpus Christi at some point in the future. Especially as we need to, you know, rest pretty soon. We don't want to rest. We need to rest pretty much straight after the job. We don't want to, you know, take a detour that's going to take us too much longer to then get there, and then essentially risk, you know, not being able to get to the destination, or not be able to get there without having to rest. So I'm pretty sure this was a important job. I cannot remember it. I'm pretty sure it might have just been might just be high value actually. I don't actually remember. I'll be honest, my brain does not remember. But either way, it's the I don't want to take the risk pretty much. That's why we're going to do it this way. It's not. We're going to be resting. I think it's in San Antonio. We're going to be getting some. I think that's where the petrol station is. So it's just south of Austin. Where we went for our first mission at San Antonio. First job, sorry, San Antonio. We've also been to San Angelo. We're doing a pretty good job, I'd say. You know, crossing off cities. Hopefully, we can get to do a quick job to Brownsville next part. Because a quick job to Brownsville shouldn't take us too long at all. And a nice quick job over there. That's just may not be a lot of money, but it'll get the hardest to reach, in my opinion, town off the board.
Keep left.
But yeah, eventually one day we'll unlock all the roads too. Probably. I say knowing full well there's no way in hell I'm gonna get every single road. That's a 70. Move over. I know that Mustang can definitely outpace us, but I just want to make sure I'm in. I want to see if I can get past the trucks ahead. Beautiful. 74 miles an hour, which is, in the game's eyes, legal. So I'm not even going to pretend. I'm not even going to not do it. I'm doing... Oh. Apparently it didn't set my cruise control. Well, that's annoying. Now I have to get all the way back up to 74. I do not appreciate. I want an articulate. I definitely think we're going to get articulate trader as soon as we can. We're going to be missing out on the XP. Oh, whoa.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Let this guy go by.
Exit right.
Yeah, we can't miss it because we're actually getting. I want to know how close we get to 120 gallons because that'll show. Okay, because we were 0.8 of a gallon away last time from essentially having had no fuel. So we were damn lucky we got diesel when we got it. So let's see if this is one of those situations again.
Turn right.
It's going to be massively amusing if we've
Make
just
a U-turn now.
barely got enough fuel.
Rerouting.
Okay, Doug, you don't need to worry. We're just getting some fuel.
Okay, let's find a new route. Please make a U-turn when possible.
How close to 120 gallons did we get? I am interested to see. Not as close as we could have been. We've been closer. $500, not too bad. Just gonna take a quick drink. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I will definitely say, diesel in ATS, so much more reasonable than you know, ETS. Like, I'll pay 500 for basically for a full tank of gas. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know how gallons equate to liters. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna. I'm just gonna say it this way, like, I feel. I always feel like paying $3,000 is pretty expensive for petrol, or $2,000, 2.5, something like that.
Exit left.
Or like even like $2,000 for 1,000 liters. It's a lot. But we're like paying $500 for like 120 gallons. And the real question is, how much is 120 gallons in liters? That would be like something I need to figure out, obviously. Actually, I wonder. I might check something. I think I'm going to try something at the end of this part. And we're going to see if we can figure it out. I see if the game will tell us without me having to do maths. Because I like math. I don't like doing it, but I do like math. Because math is like the basis for everything. We wouldn't have video games if we didn't have great understanding of math, so. But we've got a long way. We've still got a long way to go. So let's pull out those miles, get ourselves down to McAllen, and prepare ourselves for a new city. I don't even know if I've been here in my own profile, so it looks like this is like new for all of us, guys. As soon as I get up to 65, you just.
Then exit right.
So 69, you just immediately screw me over again. I see how it is. I see how it is. It's fine. You know, I didn't want to be 69 miles an hour. It's great. We'll stay at 63 for now, then. Lol, joke, 64. Cruise around this corner. Beautifully like that. Absolutely beautiful. Gotta love it. We'll move over to the middle lane. We don't, like I keep saying, we don't want to, you know, upset traffic. We want to keep traffic flowing freely. Mostly because, you know, I'd like traffic to flow freely when, you know, I'm behind. So if we can do our part, maybe the AI and maybe the other drivers on the road will, you know, drive a little bit better, a little bit smarter, a little bit safer. I mean, I know I'm asking for a miracle, but it's not the point. I can still ask. It's down to Corpus Christi. I wonder why it's called Corpus Christi. I wonder why it is called that. My apologies there, guys. My ability to speak is indeed impeccably shit. But I do wonder why it's called Corpus Christi. That's a very interesting name. I mean, because I'm pretty sure, doesn't corpus mean corpse? Is it like a, well, Corpus Christi, if we're in Texas, Texas was once Spanish, right? I believe the Lone Star State was once Mexican, which means it would have been once part of the Spanish Empire. Don't get me wrong, my American history, or Mexico-American Texas history is really bad. I mean, I'm European, I don't know. I know European stuff, so realistically, you think I should know about the Spanish and conquest of America. I have no clue. All I know is that they were once powerful. They haven't been powerful, like, for a long fucking time since. They were one of the first great powers to absolutely shit the bed. I mean, when Mother Nature bitch slaps you on the English Isles, you should just give up. And if anyone doesn't know what I mean, I'm referring to the Spanish Armada, which suffered a lot of casualties to weather, as well as, I mean, you know, the Brits getting very lucky in some places. And also the Brits doing some really cool stuff. And some mismanagement on both sides, you know, as you'd expect from, like, medieval, late medieval Renaissance, well... No, it's late Renaissance, isn't it? It's not late medieval. Actually, no, it depends on where you've say the medieval period ends. But essentially, medieval or late Renaissance, whatever you want to call it, a lot of mishaps, a lot of blunders. But to be fair, the Spanish fleet majority got destroyed. But like Mother Nature did the lion's share of the bitch slapping of that fleet, which is quite amusing. I mean, that's like the best way, in my opinion, to look at it. Is, don't get me wrong. Both sides had their moments, both sides had their ups and downs, but Mother Nature absolutely bitch slapped the Spanish there. As an Englishman, I'd like to say we did the job, but the Spanish, when sailing or like trying to sail around the entire UK, lost more ships sailing around the north of the UK, like around Scotland and around Ireland and stuff like that. And I think they did in the initial attack when they were trying to attack London. Was it London? I can't remember if it was the Port of London. They were trying to attack a port on the south, and there was fire ships used and stuff like that. It's been a long time since I studied the Battle of the Armada, because it's not really my period of history that I am massively interested in. I was always interested in the Roman and the Greek, so learning about the Battle of the Armada was very interesting. It's just not really stuck in my head as much because I've done a lot of other things. But for the most part, I remember that there were some fire ship attacks where the British, or the English... No, because at this point we were the British, because we conquered Ireland and Scotland by this point. Or had we conquered Scotland? I feel like we'd conquered Scotland. I don't remember. I know we definitely had Wales, because we've had Wales pretty much, apart from for 10 years during the 1400s. We've had them since the Edward Longshanks. I believe it was Edward Longshanks who took them over. I could be wrong. It was Edward the First, which I believe is Edward Longshanks. I would Google this, but it would require me to pause the game, and we're on a deadline. But I believe it's Edward the First of England. He took over the Welsh, and I know that we definitely had the Irish. We must have had all of it by then. Either way, when I know there was a fire ship attack where the Spanish were surprised by ships sailing towards them with fire, and they were unable to, maneuver, and they lost quite a lot of ships. But I'm 90% sure they lost the vast majority of the fleet. The vast majority of their losses were sustained during the travel around the British Isles due to severe weather and essentially Mother Nature being like, nah, your ship, meet rock. That's pretty much how it went for the most part, if I remember correctly. But again, please do fact check me. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. I do like to know if I'm wrong about certain things, especially history. I like to know if I'm wrong because I love history, and I'm telling things that I can recall, but hopefully I'm recalling it correctly. And that's all I can say is hopefully I'm recalling it correctly. I actually think the flow of traffic's really good today. We're not actually causing any issue. Beautiful. But yeah, that's pretty much one of my favorite stories, like the fact that it's not one of my favorite stories, especially one of my favorite things, one of my favorite, just random things in history is the fact that the Spanish were most certainly beaten. Oh wait, we haven't been to Corpus Christi. I thought we'd been to Corpus Christi. Now we don't need to go because we've discovered it. Hey. I don't know if he's behind me. I'm gonna assume he is. I still want to do a job to Corpus Christi, but we don't actually have to do one now. We can take good ones there. There's no, it's not mandatory to just take any job now.
Keep left.
Now, talking about favorite stories, one of my actual favorite stories, more so because of the movie than the actual, I think it was part of the Iliad, was the Trojan War. Or, in this specific case, the movie Troy with Brad Pitt. Now, don't get me wrong, I know how historically fucking stupid that movie is, and the fact that, there are things in the movie that are good. There are loads of things in that movie that are absolutely not great. I mean, great in the sense of historical accuracy. In the combat, in the action sense, they're awesome. I think it's a great movie. But I do like Achilles as like this mythical hero, pretty much unbeatable by mortal means, apart from his little ankle, like his little Achilles tendon. I don't know what it is, but something about that it's a really good story. And it's like it's like a very typical, like, Greek mythos type story where there's like this hero only has this one weakness, stuff like that. It's pretty, from what I remember, it's a pretty common, like, mythos type deal that, heroes with a single weakness and stuff like that. But now I do like the Trojan War. Like, it's a very interesting, just a very interesting, like, period. But though, to mention the one thing I find really stupid about the movie Troy is the port of Sparta. I feel like if I have to say anything more than that, you do not understand why that movie's bad. And you know what? I will spare you explanation, but if you know, you know. The port of Sparta. That's all I'm gonna say. That should also be enough for anyone who understands. That was the, in my opinion, the biggest blunder in that entire movie. But hey, it's just it is what it is. Thank you for your kindness, for not letting me go into the way station. You are a blessing. What are we next to? That is... I actually don't know what that is. Fair enough. I can't see its logo. I'm pretty sure it must be a Peterbilt, because I feel like it would be much easier to tell if that was a Kenworth. Oh, we've got 75. Well, I want to get in this lane. I've got no one in front of me. So I just want to chill in the outside lane and just let anyone who wants to go fast blitz past us so I don't have to worry about them. That is what I want. Look at them go. Beautiful. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite stories in terms of the Iliad and stuff like that. There are loads of really interesting, like, historical things that have happened in many different places. Like, I do like a lot of British history for the most part. Like, it's mostly because I grew up learning it. But the Romans always stuck with me the most. I always found it was really depressing at school when you would learn, like, I don't know what it is like for people in America or other people in like Europe, but like it always kind of felt shit to me that, modern history, like, the last like 50 to 100 years was always what was taught at the highest level of education. Like, it was always like, if you want to do, like, at school, I wanted to do history as GCSEs. In the end, I didn't get it. I got PE instead, so I did a BTEC in PE and got 2 GCSEs from that instead of a single one for history. But, I also got A's in that, by the way, so, if you know me, that's pretty impressive. I hate exercise. I don't hate exercise. I hate sports, most sports, like, apart from rugby and hockey. But anyway, quickly just shifting to the point what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, I wanted to do history, and I'm glad I didn't, because I found out that history at school or in high school in the UK, for GCSEs and that, it's literally just like the Russian Revolution, World War II, like, and even then it's not even World War II. It's literally like the last 50 years of history, and I was just thinking, like, that's absolutely fucking boring. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to learn about the socioeconomic, like, I don't want to care about the Cold War. The Cold War, to me, is fucking boring. Like, the Russian Revolution before World War One, boring. Like, World War One and Two, honestly, probably my least favorite periods of history in terms of learning about. They were, like, there are some interesting moments in both. Like, I think it's Churchill, the crazy longbow claymore wielding Scot who is the only confirmed kill with a bow during World War II. Like, to show that's really fun. And, like, don't get me wrong, I like Hoi 4 in the terms, I like watching Hoi 4, I don't actually like playing it. So I do like the period of history. It's just,
Then exit right.
if I'm doing a history degree, sorry, if I wanted to go do a history degree maybe eventually, and like, you're backing, like, I don't see. I get that, you know, you need to learn for GCSE, you need to learn something advanced. But why does it specifically have to be the last, like, 50 years of history? And, like, why is it not, like, a very broad understanding of the depths of history instead of, like, maybe like in school in the UK, you get like, during your education, you, like, when you're in little school, you go from learning about the Romans, the Roman colonization of the English, well, colonization, conquest more accurately, but, you know, we learn, like, the Romans is one of the first things we learn, which is really, really weird to me, because I think that the Romans are a very complex study. I don't think that... I'm not saying... I mean, World War II definitely should be taught in secondary school, which is high school in the UK. And I agree that... But I also think that, like, some of the things you learn in, like, primary school history-wise, you learn so little of it that it's like... If you do a GCSE, you've got 2 years in the UK. When you get GCSEs, you do year 10 and year 11. Why can you not, in year 11, 10, and 11, for the history degrees, look at that, we're in McAllen, by the way, whoop, whoop, why not, you know, in those 2 years, do a broad overview of the depths of history, spend, like, you know, 2 months, maybe, of each, you know, 2 months on each, like, really important part of the British, like, if this is British GCSE, on British history, I guess, like the Romans, World War II. I mean, World War II 1 should definitely be taught, and I definitely advocate for them, people need to learn more about them. But at the same time, if it's a GCSE, why, like, it should be a broad it should be a broad study. You know, you get a degree to specialize. So why is the GCSE? And again, this could have changed. This is when I was at school. So this was talking a good, unfortunately, 10 years ago now. Since I've left school. It's a really depressing thought to think that I'm 27. But yeah, no. But yeah, no. Yeah, basically, what I'm getting at is when I was at school, and I hope it has changed. My little sister did not do history as GCSE, if I remember correctly. So I couldn't ask her. Oh no, did she? I think she might have. I don't remember. Either way, what I'm saying is, I don't like that. You know, it doesn't seem to be a broad study, and I feel like it should be a broad understanding. You should get a broad understanding of history and its context, instead of a more, what I felt when I actually found, because I was really good, well, I wasn't good friends with the history teacher. I knew the history teacher really well, as I enjoyed his classes, so he told me what the syllabus was, or the what we're going to learn in the UK, because I don't think we use syllabus in the UK. He told me what there was essentially going to be taught, and I kind of was essentially like, oh good, I'm glad I didn't get it then, because it was literally such a, well, not absurd, like, it just, I don't know, it just, to me, it didn't feel like it was, you know, really worth learning. That's kind of the way I looked at it. It was like, well, that's just a bit boring, isn't it? You know, like, why would I want to learn any of that? Because I just didn't feel like it was any good. And, like, as an adult looking back, I now more than anything just think to myself, how would that have set me up for, like, if I decided to do a history degree, like go to college, do history? How would that have set me up? Because college, you don't specialize really at college. You start to divert your interest into a field. So you start to, you know, you start the beginning of a specialization journey where you're going to end up in a very specific job, or you're going to, like, you know, use the college to then go to university to then specifically train yourself for a job, like, you know, say if I did history, a broad understanding of history as a GCSE, so I had a history GCSE that I essentially said I now have a broad understanding of the complexities of history. I've done 2 years of this study, so that's my first 2 years of studying towards a GCSE. I know somewhat about history. How I'd classify history GCSE. I know somewhat about history. I've dedicated 2 years of studying to the basics of a understanding of historical context and stuff. And then the next, you know, 2 years, which is what typically is the length of a college course, or at least a level 3 college course, which in the UK is required to get to university. It doesn't have to be a BTEC, doesn't have to be A levels. We can do GCSEs. I don't know if there is like a history BTEC, but another Freightliner.
Get ready to turn left.
What was I saying? Yeah, that's a bit too fast. But yeah, so then you say if there is, like, we'll say there's a history BTEC, because I don't actually know I think it might just be a history A level actually. But we'll say that for the sake of it, you then go to university, so college, and you study. We'll just say that it's history A levels with a couple of other A levels, like, you know, based on just, you know, getting grades to ensure you get to university. So, you know, your primary focus is still your history, but you know, like school, you're making sure you get the grades to get to university of your choosing. So let's say you get distinction. I think it's distinction. What is it called? It's essentially an A+, but you essentially get the super distinction, or whatever it's called. Because in the UK, a distinction is an A. There is one above that, and I can't remember what it's called. It's not called super distinction. I know that much. But there is a grade above an A, obviously A-star. But essentially, we'll just say A-star. So you get an A-star in your history. You know, you pass all your GCSEs. All your A levels, and now you go into university. And like, so you know, in history, you know, again in college, it would have given you a deeper understanding of the broad. In my opinion, should give you a deeper understanding of the broad subject. So that then you're able to choose a specialization. Because once you go to university, there is I believe universities where, well, I know it. Universities where it gets super complex in terms of what you can get for degrees, because there is, depending on the university, there are pretty much everything. Like, there is the understanding of the Roman civilization stuff, degrees like that, because I've looked into those before. They seem to be based more around archaeology as well than just a straight up history.
Turn left.
Like a historical thing. At least, the very least, the ones I could find. There's also, you know, there's learning about the, you know, all the different periods. There is pretty much a degree for every period. And that's what I'd like. That to me is great. But what I don't like is the fact that you essentially have to do, like, you know, 4 years of studying, like, what I would call modern history to just understand, like, to then have the choice to start learning what you actually find interesting. Which to me is what I think. I also think that causes problems for people trying to learn history, like, you know, like a GCSE, I would say, because you go from, like, oh, I'm gonna have to do a very sharp turn again, aren't I? I should have just... Yep, this is a... Gonna, don't mind me, just you know, using the out of cab so I don't keep crashing. Because when I'm in here, I'll have space again. Right? Yeah. See, I've got loads of space when I'm in here. How did it, like, I did this so I didn't have to do a blindside parking, and then I'm still ended up doing a blindside bloody parking. And screwing up the blindside parking, mind you. This is our longest part so far, 38 minutes. Oof. Yeah, I'm in the right loading bay. It's just for some reason I'm screwing it up. Sorry about this, guys. You're seeing some really piss poor performance right here from me. There we go. Alright, take your crap from me. It took me 8 hours and 24 minutes to do a 7-hour journey. I was hoping for level 9 there, but you know, it is what it is. Now, we need to rest, so I'm going to do the resting in this trip. Let's go. Where is the rest from here? Oh, it's literally just back where we came. That's beautiful.
Time to get the job done.
Yeah, we've got 29 minutes before we need to rest, so let's haul some ass. We won't bother looking at jobs because some of them won't be there when we wake up, so let's get going. Yeah, jobs are going to start getting very long soon, and we're going to be splitting those up into multiple parts.
Exit left. Exit left. Get ready to turn right.
Oh, it doesn't treat. It's not treat. I've just realized. I was trying to figure out why it was doing that. It's like it's not treating this as a roundabout. That took me a few moments to realize it wasn't treating that as a roundabout. But yeah, that is the. If anybody has studied history in school and stuff like that, and especially secondary education to GCSE levels in the UK or whatever you do, like, is it like electives? You know, America. I don't actually know how your high school system works because you know, not American. But let me know how the study's done, and if you learn a broad subject at school, and then you specialize at college, which is obviously in America, and then in the UK, if you start to specialize at college, let me know. And then if you have to go to university before you specialize, and you still learn modern history at college, I want to know. I'm definitely interested for some reason. Like, I don't know why I'm interested, but I am. Like, because I love history. That's probably why. I mean, there's a real reason why I'd be interested, but. Yeah, no, I really want to know if there's like if you have to learn, crappy, like, I say crappy. Some people enjoy modern history, but I want to know if like modern history is essentially is what all of your GCSE focuses on. Come on, Light. Come on. You're extending this part for no real reason. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Lights in American Sim definitely seem to kind of make you wait a lot longer. Has he got a star on his grill? Oh, he's got the Texas flag. I was thinking that was pretty. I was like, that's pretty cool. He's got a star. He's got like a metal star on his grill. No, he's just got the Texan flag. All right, that's me. Awesome. Yeah, so we'll go sleep in the mechanic bit. We're not gonna sleep in the Freightliner. We're not gonna go. I mean, don't get me wrong, Freightliner, you're a bro, but I'm gonna just.
This is where it ends.
All right, because we're going a bit fast here. I'm gonna go chill out in the the auto repair place. Make a little break here. Turn this bad boy off. Let's rest. Loan's gonna come out, and she hasn't made us any money. Let's see what she's done recently. So she's leveled up, not at all. She's 1 hour away from completing the next job, but she's earning us some money. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please follow me on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a share. Most importantly, guys, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next one. See you guys then.